last night, I thought the game was perfect. I'm not saying it was the greatest game in the world. What I'm saying is, as a guy that picked the Lakers to win in 5, and you know how it is, you want your picks to win. You want your picks to be right. So I wanted the Lakers to win, but I wanted a little drama, a little intrigue, a little suspense, as I always say, a little spice. And we got that. It was a good competitive game. You didn't know who was going to win. Miami left it all on the court. Props to them. They are outmanned, overmatched, and they keep coming. They play hard, and obviously the Lakers outlasted them to take a 3-1 lead. I couldn't have asked for more. I wanted the Lakers to win, but I didn't want a rout. I didn't want a game that was over, midway through the second quarter. And so I thought it worked out well. LeBron James, after a bad start, just to put it bluntly, 5 turnovers in the first half, came on with a really strong second half in which he scored 20 points, 11 points in the fourth quarter, accounted for 16 of their 27 points. I thought he was big. He hit big threes. He drove to the hole and ends up with another 28, 12, and 8. And Rob, I think I may have mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned this on the show, but yesterday on television in the morning, Undisputed, I predicted, I said LeBron will go for 28 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 or 10 assists. I was 1 assist off. So,
I think you throw that number out every time he plays, don't you?
No, I don't. I don't. I rarely throw out numbers like that.
I was still waiting
but when I do, I make them count.
I was waiting for Channing Small Fry to talk about the 60 that he was going to drop yesterday. Can we get him on line 1?
I'd like to get him on. I don't know if he's coming on. I mean, you beat him up so badly.
He ain't coming back on this show.
I'm going to try to get him back on. I do think he's hesitant, though.
You know what? He just texted me. He said, no way, no how is he coming back on.
But you, not surprisingly, you got beef with LeBron. Oh, ho hum. It's Wednesday. Of course, you got beef with LeBron. You think that he's trying to oversell this great accomplishment? I mean, what's the deal?
Yeah, I just when LeBron goes into, I just think that everything's calculated. This is just me. It's my opinion, Chris, not based on, I don't talk to LeBron. I don't know him. I haven't really talked to him one-on-one.
Is that your way of
since
saying
he was in high school?
Hogwash?
No, I'm just saying.
Balderdash?
I'm just saying, I'm being upfront. Like, I haven't talked. I talked to him one-on-one when he was a high school senior. Okay? I'm just being honest. Like face to face.
Yeah, it's been
20 years. You know what I'm saying? Seriously.
17, 18 years, something like that.
Yeah, that's what that's when I talked to him in that setting.
Right.
But I'm saying the idea that this was some great game of his career and, oh my God, you know.
He called it what? Well, he called it a must-win. Do we have that quote? I don't know if we do. But he called it a must-win. He sent a text, big story, that he sent a text to his teammates before the game saying must win. 2 words, must win, and that was inspirational to them. But here's the quote I think that got under your skin.
This morning after our team meeting, I just felt that. I felt that vibe. I felt that pressure. I felt like for me personally, this was one of the biggest games of my career. Just wanted to relay that message to my teammates, what type of zone I was in, what type of moment it was.
Well, obviously, when he came out for the first half, it wasn't because he was stinky in the first half. But I'll say this. For him to say that was the biggest game of his career.
Well, hold on. One of the biggest. That's what he said.
Even to say one of the biggest is Boulder Dash and Poppycock. Okay? First of all, they had the lead in the series 2-1. Miami had gotten Bam back, Chris, but they were down still 40% of their starting. This isn't the team.
Well, now,
no. I'm saying, yeah, but they got him back, but you didn't know what he was going to give you is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So it's hard for me. If you told me that this was the fully loaded Miami Heat that knocked off Boston, that knocked off Milwaukee, Chris, whatever, maybe I would buy into it. Maybe if they were down 2-1 and this was a huge game, then I could buy into that. But here's a guy who came back from 3-1 against the Warriors, and I don't care what shape the Warriors were in, Chris, and who wasn't playing. 3-1, right there, I would say all three of those games were huge. Down 3-2 against Boston in Boston, another huge game to me.
Before he had won his first championship. That was actually the year he won his first championship.
Yeah, right. So I'm just saying those games to me ring out as bigger. And there's a whole sell job that has to go in on this championship. You know what, Chris, you know me. I'm a man of the people. I'm out in L.A. all the time, and I'm running into Laker fans. And even people who are really Laker fans, and Rob G, you're one of those guys. They're even getting like trying to build it up to feel as good as it should feel. Like there's like a sell, like we got to sell it. Like this is unbelievable. No, I hate. It's not, and it doesn't mean that it's not a championship or you don't count it. That's not what I'm saying, Chris. But it's like a sell job. And when I hear that, that's what I'm getting from LeBron, rather than people saying they're going to wind up beating a broken down Miami team that got hurt, lost 2 players in game 1 and never had a shot after that. And so there's this whole buildup of trying to make it more dramatic than it really is. That's all. And that's what I got from that quote.
I disagree, and I think some of that, like you said, you haven't talked to LeBron since he started shaving, so I get it. That's where I think you're off. I think LeBron has learned over the years to stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. Don't think about the ramifications, the repercussions, what people are saying. Stay in the moment. And being in the moment meant this is one of the biggest games of my career. And one of leaves it open, Rob. I'm with you if he had said it's the biggest game of my career. Obviously, he's had what I think everyone
Chris, this series
would say are
isn't
bigger
in
games.
jeopardy, even if they lost yesterday.
Well, hold on. You were asking me and everyone we had on as a guest that talked NBA, what if the Heat win?
Well, I said,
Then
what if they
will you
win
think?
and if they got all their team back, it would be something to worry about. That's what I said.
Well, but if they won, let's say they had won last night and it's 2-2 and Goran Dragic, let's just say he can't come back. Heck, they will have won the last 2 games without Dragic. And so, I mean, they will have been, to me, as dangerous, as good as he is. I think they would have been dangerous if they had won the last 2 games without him.
What do I always say about the NBA? The great equalizer or neutralizer in the whole thing, Chris, is the 4 out of 7, beating LeBron and them 4 out of 7.
Well,
I always think that's the part. Can they beat them a couple games? Sure, they can.
Well,
but
actually,
without a
I
full
don't think
squad,
they
they can't do it.
But I have no problem with what LeBron said because, again, he could be talking about one of the top 10, one of the 10 most important games of his career. And it's the most important game now. If he lost this series, like last night we had Dave Miller on, it was a swing game. Lose it, and not only is it tied 2-2, but Miami has the momentum. And maybe that would make creeping into the Lakers.
Would that have made Game 5 the biggest game of his career had they lost that? So would that?
Well, if he's staying in the moment, then okay. I guess so.
And then Game 6, had they lost that would be the biggest game, right?
But what's wrong with saying that at this moment? Here's the thing, and you're talking about build up this game, this championship. Why do they have to build it up? This is huge. This will make him the first player ever to lead 3 separate franchises to NBA championships. That's huge.
But
this
Chris,
will give him a title with the Lakers. You and I talked about it before he even came here.
But Chris,
if he comes here, LeBron, you got to know that every one of your stature, save Elgin Baylor, has delivered a championship to the Lakers. Jerry West, Kareem, Shaq, Wilt, Kobe, Magic. They all delivered championships. You can't come here and just be an actor and have your businesses and make the Lakers relevant again. You got to deliver the ring. He's about to deliver the ring in a year where tragically Kobe Bryant was killed. I mean, this is big. There's no sell job that needs to be made. This is huge.
I'm telling you that people will celebrate it, but I don't think it has the juice of a normal championship.
Why not?
I really don't. I don't know if it's just Miami or people don't believe in Miami having a real shot. I'm not saying it is, Chris.
That Milwaukee
I'm just giving,
couldn't hold up their end of the bargain. The Clippers couldn't hold up their end of the bargain.
I'm just talking about the Laker fans that I talk to who are big LeBron fans and big Laker fans. They're like,
well, you said they're selling it. Does that mean that they're talking it up like they think it's huge? Or
who?
What? The Lakers fans you're talking to.
No. They're saying I'm not that juiced up about it. Like,
well,
I know they're going to win, but they don't have it ain't like, oh, my God, I can't believe he did it. I can't believe they won it.
I think that's because we know who they're playing. They can't get beat by Miami. They got to beat themselves.
That's what I'm saying about LeBron making it. You just said it. They can't be beat by Miami, but LeBron saying that's
Miami?
One of the – yes,
so
but it's a miracle, but that would be like an upset. Yeah, it would be a huge upset, but I'm talking about the masses. Most people didn't think Miami had a shot. That's why you picked them in 5 games. Some people picked them in the Lakers in a sweep. That's all I'm saying is that's the LeBron sell job to make it tougher. Like oh my God, I can't believe we beat Miami. Really?
No, but he first of all he's not saying that. Secondly, I think that's the right mentality, Rob. If you were going up against
mentality and trying to sell something is different.
Where who's saying he's selling something? He's letting you in on his mindset. Look, I can't go in there. You can't go into a game thinking, man, these dudes are chumps. We play our C+ game and beat them. You got to go in like respecting these dudes, taking them seriously. If we lose this game, all of a sudden, who knows what could happen? We've given them life. They're getting healthy. No, we got to go out here and put the nail in the coffin. I just think that's the right mentality to have. I don't think he's selling it. All right. Was LeBron, is he trying to talk this finals up, as Rob says, to make it seem really big? I think he's just in the moment and he's sharing his mentality with you. I got no problem with it. Where are you at on this?
All right, let's kick it off with Dre in Michigan. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
What's up, man?
You got it. Hey, Rob, you my man, $100,000, but I got to roll with Chris on this one, bro, because even you yourself said it that this season was very important to LeBron because how many more opportunities he has left. But not only just that, but you got to think about with the COVID situation, all the social unrest, all the sacrifices they made to be into the bubble. Hold on.
Dre,
all the sacrifices they made. Go ahead.
Let me rebuttal. Let me give you something. Yes, I get that, but to say that game with a 2-1 lead, they weren't behind. When they played Golden State, they were down 3-1 with no wiggle room. This game can't match up to that. And when they were down in Boston 3-2, that's all I'm saying is that they had an advantage. They were up. Again, they weren't down.
He didn't say it was the biggest game. He didn't say it was bigger than those games. But how about this? If they had lost Game 5 to the Warriors in 2016 and gone out 4-1, nobody would have been like, oh, they blew it. They were expected to lose. The Warriors had won 73 games. This one, they're expected to win, Rob. Losing this series would be a lot more damaging to LeBron's legacy than losing that series.
They're up in the series. They're up. They weren't down. Chris, if it was down 2-1.
But you're giving a team life. You're giving a team a pit bull's life.
You're not behind. If you were behind 2-1, I would buy into it more. That's all I'm saying. Tony in Los Angeles, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Tony?
Hey, what up, Rob? What's up, Chris?
What's up, man?
Chris, you brought up the number 3 real quick. Look, there's only 3 things as a kid that made me feel good. That was warm soup, church on Sunday, and Disneyland. LeBron, he going to win his 3rd chip with his 3rd team, but he did it on the back of 3 different players. KCP made the shot last night. Ray Allen in Miami.
The back?
Kyrie in Cleveland. Come on, man.
KCP has saved LeBron? Really? Are you really fixing your mouth to say that? That LeBron James was carried by KCP? Really? You know who assisted KCP on that big 3? LeBron James. LeBron had 11 points in the fourth quarter, hit all 7 of his free throw attempts. We know he's not a good free throw shooter or a great one, but he delivered. Stop it.
Tony,
y'all trying to belittle what LeBron has done. Unbelievable.
Tony
Haters in the house.
Tony in Maryland, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Tony?
Hey, guys, thanks for taking my call. Listen, I got to agree with Rob on this one from this point of view. Every championship in any sports this year comes with an asterisk, okay? I don't
Rob
care if
doesn't
LeBron,
say that. Rob's not saying that.
I think it does. I think every
Why?
sport comes with an asterisk this
Why?
year. Because it's not normal. There's nothing normal about
But
this year, man.
I believe, and keep Tony on. An asterisk, and I think Rob agrees with me. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rob. An asterisk is for when the champion or winner has an unfair advantage that no one else had, or even an advantage that no one else had. What advantage have the Lakers had? They got no more advantage than anybody else.
I don't agree with your assessment of why that asterisk should be there. The asterisk
Why should the asterisk be there?
The asterisk should be there because there is nothing normal about what's going on right now in our sports.
Everybody's
landscape,
going through
it.
it.
It doesn't
The
matter.
Heat,
It doesn't
the
matter.
Bucks, the Clippers, the Lakers, the
didn't
Rockets.
It didn't matter. I'm sorry. That's my point of view.
You're wrong. You can put
That's
an
how I
asterisk
feel.
by so much. Let's put an asterisk by last year's ring that Toronto won because Kevin Durant was hurt. That wasn't normal. And then Klay Thompson got hurt. So 2 of the 3 best players on the team got hurt. That should be an asterisk. It's just not normal. Come on, man, please.
Justice in Virginia, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Justice?
I have to say, Chris, I agree with you. Rob, I'm sorry, brother, but you're wrong. I believe that LeBron doesn't have to sell this one. It's pretty much sold itself.
Is this Justice or Joseph?
This is Justice.
Okay, go ahead. You sound like Joseph
Yes, sir.
from Virginia.
Oh, sorry. Well, I believe that it's already sold itself. I believe that they worked hard for this championship, and the Lakers, they deserved it. LeBron, he's going to get his 3rd championship, and most importantly, I think for the organization, this is going to tie
LeBron,
them
it'll
up.
be his 4th championship.
Or 3rd with 3 teams. Yeah, 3rd with 3 teams.
And it'll be the 17th title for the Lakers.
Yes.
I think where LeBron
Tying
will
the
make
Celtics.
yes, and I think where he will make himself as one of the best Lakers is winning that 18th one next season. You guys have a great one.
Thank
Good
you.
call.
What about Dwight in
Quickly,
Charlotte, real
Dwight.
quick? We can squeeze Dwight in. If you're quick, Dwight, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up?
Hey, good evening, fellas. Appreciate you taking my call. I listen to you every night. I tell you
Thank
what,
you.
man, these LeBron haters are unbelievable. And Rob Parker, man, you make my ears bleed how you hate on LeBron so much, fellas. Let me say this real quick, fellas, and I'm gonna let y'all go, okay? Now, if Kawhi Leonard was if the Clippers were still in the playoffs and Kawhi was still playing, you would be doing cartwheels talking about him winning his 3rd championship with a 3rd team. Come on, bro. LeBron, when it's LeBron's time to do it, all the haters come out.
No, you got me wrong because you haven't
nailed
heard.
him.
No, you didn't because you didn't hear me say that the championship doesn't count or anything. You did not hear me say that. I've
You
never
would
said
be
that.
Praised. I
no,
don't think you'd be saying this
I wouldn't
about
say
Kawhi.
that. What would
Even
make
if they were facing Miami.
what would make Kawhi's thing different is that he would have won back-to-back championships with 2 franchises who had never won. And that's the part, Chris, that would have been so unbelievable.
Yeah,
and
but
would have put
last
him.
year,
No,
if
but
we really nitpick,
we could talk
we could
about
say
all
how
you
injured
want.
Golden State
It still
was
would have been
last year.
unbelievable. It still would have been
It
unbelievable.
wouldn't have been unbelievable.
It would have
But it would have been big, but it wouldn't have been unbelievable. All right.